the small group. We're so glad that you're here. I hope that you had an incredible Easter with your family, with your spiritual family here. I know there's lots of fun and exciting things here at the church, and I really enjoyed celebrating the resurrection of our King this Sunday. But I hope you also got some time to spend some good quality time with your family. Maybe you got to have lunch together. Maybe you played some games or went fishing. I hope that you had a great time with your family, or maybe if your family's far off, that you'll get to spend some quality time with them soon. But I wanted to talk about Pastor Jordan's message on Sunday, the difference that a day makes. He spoke on the difference a day makes for the disciples, what the resurrection meant for the disciples, and not only that, but what the resurrection means for us today, how it redeems our failures, how it brings hope back into our life, and ultimately how it changes and shapes our future. I I'm not really organized or a nerd about many things, but one of those things is future planning, I would say. I make sure to get and sit down with my wife at least once a year. Usually we'll go to the city or maybe even Tulsa. That was before we had kids, so forget that. But we try to sit down and we go on a nice date and we talk about our future. We talk about the next 5 years. We talk about some goals that we want to set for our lives, for our marriage, for our kids, for our family. We talk about where our kids going to be in the next 5 years. I really out about the details because I want to know where I'm going. I want to know how I can get to where I want to be. You think about taking a trip somewhere. If I was planning this trip for me and Haley to go on, and I was planning on going to Florida, and I took off and didn't know where I was going, and I headed west, then I'm probably not going to end up where I want to be. And so I want some good direction for my life to be able to get to where I want to be. But I also think about in my high school and college years when I was just in a really dark season and just in college giving my life back to Christ and just living in sin, shame, guilt. Thinking about my future back then didn't really have God in it. When I thought about my future in college, it was all about the career I could have or how much money I could make or whatever it was. But I realize now that God can do a whole lot more with your future than you ever plan on doing. God can do a whole lot more with your future than you could ever plan on doing. You see, I think about our future planning meetings that me and my wife have. And it never seems to fail that things go better than I expect. Because I believe that God is in it. And when you honor God and love God and trust God with your life and with your future, then He gives you the desires of your heart. He gives you the things that you've been hoping for. And so as we finish out our time together, let's go through some questions and talk about some things. So the first question is this: if you could change one thing about your future, what would it be and why? Number two, what fears or uncertainties are trying to shape your future right now? And number three, how does the resurrection change the way that you think about your life, your future. I hope y'all guys have an incredible time at small group. I hope that we'll see you here again next week, wherever you're meeting, and we'll see you on Sunday.